Broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on lpfm.la. And today I am blessed with the presence of a very, very talented individual, professional photographer, bike life enthusiast, also Army veteran too, served for our country. So shout out to him, keeping the word freedom, I guess, alive just a little bit. I guess, we'll live for it. But without further ado, I have in the house Wes Grown out here from Los Angeles, California. And Wes, go ahead and introduce yourself to the LA lifestyle audience. Let them know.
What's up? My name is West.
Yes, sir.
I'm LA local, so I just travel around, live different life.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely you get around. You were just on a bike at vertical. You told me before you got here, so yeah. You definitely are moving. So
yeah. Sometimes it takes a minute, and I sit back and I'll be like, I'll complain about some shit I'm going through or some shit, and I'll be like, fuck. I'm sorry. I'll be like, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you got to put things in retrospect. You're like, man, I literally wake up every day and do what I want to do.
Well, that's the best part about living your life, and if you can't do that, you're doing something wrong, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So, hey, man, we just want to thank you for coming out. I'm glad I was able to reach out to you. I know I'd hit you up a little while back, but you were doing a lot of stuff. You were moving around. You had just did the Peso Pluma video shoot and all the other video stuff that I've seen on your social media. How's the last couple months been for you? You've been pretty busy.
Yeah, it's I don't know. My life is like, I don't ever try to pin my life into one thing. You know what I mean? Like, because of the military stuff, I started later, learning everything. Like, imagine okay, at 30-some years old, now you got to be like, what do you want to do with yourself?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? And to a lot of people, it looks weird because it's like you're going through the same motions that a 19, 20-year-old goes through to figure it out. You know what I mean? There's
you almost
no way
have to
around
restart a little bit.
Yeah, so people are like, oh fuck, he lost his mind. He's like having midlife crisis, all this stuff, and I'm like, bro, I didn't get to have that time where you guys did. I started that time in my 30s.
Oh, yeah.
So now,
you're living.
Yeah, I'm outside with people that are just a little bit older than my own kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, something's wrong with him. He done lost it.
No, he ain't lost it. You're just out living your life. And, just like you said with your military experience and, getting into things like this at a later age, can you share some of your more memorable experiences from your time in the Army and how that shaped your outlook on life right now with what you had just touched on?
Man, it's just, once you go through hell, what is there left?
Yeah.
Every worst imaginable thing that you could go through in life, I've been through with some of these people that I don't even have relationships with no more because it's just too triggering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After a while, you just got to really see what it is, and it's trying to be somebody that's there for everybody is not it when you got to really buckle down on your own shit sometimes.
Yeah, and with that, what do you use to just stay kind of almost like a tunnel vision, so you don't kind of fall into these weird niches?
Yeah, I just don't stick to one thing.
Yeah,
never.
Just kind of move around.
Yeah, I just feel be like water, bro. Straight up,
be like water. Elaborate.
Be able to evolve, change. You know what I mean? Don't put such unless that's what you want to do. You want to be this one specific thing, and that's what you want to do. Hey, do that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, after that, there has to come something. It's everybody that's ever been somebody somewhere, after that identity is gone, you have to find out who the hell you are again.
Yeah, and redefining yourself is a big thing, and with that, you deal with a lot of personalities too. So especially in LA, transitioning, from the military with photography and that career, it's been quite a unique journey, I take it, right? Because I remember in past conversation, you started taking pictures when you were in the military, correct?
Yeah, I always took pictures. Always thought it was cool to have this evidence of this time, and nobody else has it. You know what I mean? I got so many pictures from when I was in Iraq and all that stuff that probably people might never ever see in their life.
Yeah.
Know?
Yeah.
But I could open my laptop and be like, I'm gonna show you some crazy shit right now. Just hold on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I put it away, never see it again.
Well, and that's the thing too. I remember from our Hot 16s interview from our sister company when I had you on the show. I remember you said you had like flash drives, like, or like you have like just hard drives full of all that time, and you said you wanted to do an exhibit or something like that in the future, like with your collection of photography you have.
Yeah, for sure. Like one day I want to do like a real big show. Like I'm not really into that. Like I feel like
you are a little more secluded type, I will say.
Yeah,
like
I don't like
a little more
there's
introverted.
A bunch of people that are like having their shows, and bro, they have like so many shows all the time, and it's the same people showing the same shit. I'm like, fuck, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I didn't want to do the same stuff that like my best friend does, you know what I mean? And he is like the most elite, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, don't go and do the same thing that my best friend does. So I just go and create my own lane and do my own thing
with your own vision.
You know what I mean? Like I'm in the Latin artist stuff, so it's like
you're doing so much. You're everywhere. I mean, you're working with a lot of. You're not just stuck on one thing, like you said. You just kind of like water.
Yeah.
Wherever the water goes.
But it makes it harder, honestly. Like it's easier to get a niche and to get everybody in that enjoys that one niche to come support you.
Yes.
But it's like today I'm doing things with Harleys, right? Mm-hmm. The next day I'm doing things with dirt bikes and these kids, but the people that followed me for the Harleys don't like the dirt bikes with the kids, and then they unfollow me. It's like a whole thing. Like unless you're feeding these people what they're like really following and wanting to be a part of, they're not looking at the whole picture. Mm-hmm. They don't care about it. So then I just stopped caring so much about social media as a whole.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's not going to be my strong point. My portfolio, the things that I do.
Unless, like, you know, if, like, you're tapped in with you, or, like, people know what you have going on, it's like, who gives, you know what people think type thing. Because at the end of the day, you got yourself, and you have everything going on. And, like, with the bike life, how did you transition into that? Like, what was the like big thing for that? Because I think you had mentioned before it was the photography, and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah, it was just when I started doing the bike life stuff, I was in Florida, so I was like going out there, getting jobs, shooting stuff out there, and then I got put on to this, and I was like, oh shit, this is tight. Like then I figured out, all right, I could ride and shoot on my own, and then I was like, man, I'm a fucking athlete, bro. Like, I could do this shit. They're having too much fun around me. Yeah. Like, let me try this. Mm-hmm. And then I, boom, got on the bike, got a bike. They were like, you're insane for trying to ride on that bike. Next thing you know, like, before the year's up, I got, like, 3 bitches on my bike doing wheelies, doing all kinds of crazy shit. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
And with that, too, like, what bike do you ride? What's your bike of choice?
I have a 700. Raptor 700.
And like, was that like a popular, like, what's like kind of like a go-to, like if you see typically, like what's everyone riding, like TRX?
The TRX 450 is like the staple. Like it has enough power, but it's not overly powerful. So it's like, and it's a smaller bike, so you can move it around a lot easier. But the 700 is like, bro, it's like a car. It's like a
I know, car. I seen you chug that thing around.
But it all. Like literally, bro.
I've seen this dude with 2 people, 3 people on his quad. It's insane.
That was today. I did that earlier.
Oh, today. You did it today again, and he's still doing it.
I gotta like practice to make sure. I don't do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm like, I spent that time putting in the work so everybody can know. Now I don't have nothing to prove, bro. You know.
Oh no, you know.
You know my work. You know what I get.
Oh
now.
yeah.
Like, so it's like. Now people come to me like, all right, hey, yo, Wes, we want to do this thing. Let's put all 3 of these girls on your bike and do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and what was the whole idea there too? Because I know people had did that in the past, but then I really saw with your riding skill and your type of content in particular, like that was like not like a staple piece, but you were the one who was really pushing the limit on that. I feel like there's no one that's really doing what you're doing with that many people on a bike.
Yeah, it comes from like East Coast. Like one of my best friends, like that fool, he does the same thing, but he's on the East Coast. So you know what I mean? Just it looks, bro. Like what don't look great about you doing that with 3 girls?
Yeah, with 3 girls on your bike.
So having they're hot, and not wearing too much clothing, but hey, like fuck, like that makes it's an image, bro. You're not. This isn't reality. This is 0.1 seconds of a fucking lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, don't be so simple-minded that I'm defined by this one image. Like, it's 1 second of pure happiness, joy. Everybody's having a blast, and that's it. That's what's being sold. Like, that's
and that was cool because you invited me out to your birthday ride last year, and that was definitely a life-changing experience for me, especially when we were out near LAX. That was wild, bro. I was like, the fact that we can do this and live our life like this still, and there's still some sort of like the smiles I saw on everyone's face.
Bro, the little kids that be in the back seat of the cars with mom and dad driving.
Oh, yeah.
Mom and dad might be irritated, but the kids in the back are like, They're just having, bro, the best joyous time. Like, that's what it was for me. Like, every time we'd be riding, and then you see these girls, they're like, oh, I want to ride. Like, I pick them up, bro. After that, their life changed. They're like, this is the most exhilarating, like, coolest thing ever. It's like you're putting out this energy to everybody, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. When you have that energy, like with certain things, like it's like you're like, well, not like I guess you could say pioneer, but you're like a leading face with the bike life scene out here. Like I mean, like anybody, any page or anybody bike life or any reel that comes up for me, they either follow you or you follow them.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, LA's a lot smaller than
than
but
we
know.
I've also been like everywhere. You know
No,
what
and
I mean?
that's the thing too, and also with your work and your photography, like your name is out there, so it it holds value.
You got to put in that kind of like running, bro. Like when I came back from the East Coast, bike life in LA and the West Coast wasn't like looked at like that. Like from the East Coast
because
point
I
of
remember
view.
it was like Philly, Atlanta.
They just looked at us like didn't pay us no mind like that. Now, bro, you know how many relationships have been built from the East Coast to the West Coast now?
Off bikes.
I have so many friends now that didn't know anybody from the West Coast, and now it's like, hey, anytime you want to come out, you can come with me. I get you a bike. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like that's the rapport that's been established now.
Yeah, and you go too. I see you get out. You go to New York.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you have like seasonal trips. You guys make to like Texas.
New York's like gladiator school. That shit is, bro. That is no joke.
So if you could rank, we'll ask you a bike life question in terms of riding. What have been your 3 favorite cities to ride in? In terms of just like streets or like maybe like obstacles or the way the streets are curved, like what was it about that city and why was it so fun and you maybe want to go back?
Man, I don't know. I think they all got a little something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just everything's different everywhere, bro. Like it's exhilarating. Like I went to Dominican Republic and I just found somebody that rents bikes. It rented the bike and started going crazy. But everybody was like, what the hell? The cops went to the rental place. They're like, hey, there's some guy trying to kill himself. Like, why is he doing this?
Oh, when you went to the Dominican Republic and you were out riding out there, I remember that.
They didn't even, they never seen it before.
So they were like, what?
Yeah, so then I just started picking up girls, putting them on the bike and going and doing the same thing. And then all of a sudden, the whole city knew who I was by the time I left. I had like 4 days left there.
And they're like, that's the guy on the quad.
They're like, there he goes again. There he goes again.
And you rode every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, out there, the laws are a little bit more loose where an ATV is a vehicle.
Yeah, they don't even care, bro.
Here, obviously, it's, no 5-star GTA chases in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
They're like rooting you on down there.
Hey, I would be riding around. I would just be wearing like my legging joggers, right? The Adidas ones. And then like some tennis shoes. And then no shirt, chains on, mask on, and all they would say is Meek Mill, Meek Mill, Meek Mill. Because Meek Mill is like...
Because on the bikes.
Shit,
so they were referencing you to Meek Mill because you were on a bike wheeling.
It's funny.
That's wild. And this is in the Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get a lot of crazy entertainment out there, so, they see anything like that, they're just like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, out here it's flooded, like, especially out in the States. Everybody's trying to do something, like, cool or like look at me like type energy, and how do you balance your adventurous bike life activities and like does it make you more disciplined with like structured experiences?
Bro, my life is just chaos. The only thing is that I have to make sure that I always is a priority is my kids. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else.
You're a good father. I just had a daughter myself, so.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah. I got one now, so I'm on my way.
Yeah, I got 4.
Oh, you got me beat.
So
but.
it's.
Hey, but it happens though. You know, it's a day at a time.
Yeah.
But continue.
Who said I'm done?
Ah!
Who said I'm done?
Ah!
I'm Mexican as fuck, bro.
You were here to
down
breathe.
as hell.
Hey, it's Ponchies, right?
Yeah. I'm here to stay around.
He's here. Wes Grown in the building. But just to remind everyone, if you guys are just tuning in, we're out here at KQBH LP in Los Angeles, California on 101.5 FM, a community service, Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on lpfm.la. And we're here today with our guest, Wes. He's already cracked some good stories here, just sharing the adventurous, dangerous life of pitching a bike at a 90-degree angle. And, man, concrete, man, asphalt, it don't have no give. Like, I mean... That's the only thing that holds me back from anything like that. I see you guys do it. Like, yeah, I know how to ride a dirt bike. I can ride a quad, yeah. But I'm like, God, see, dirt's got some give.
Yeah.
Dirt's got a little give.
Just don't fall. Simple.
You're like, don't mess
Simple.
up. Don't
Bro,
mess up.
I don't fall like...
He doesn't. That's big facts.
I've took one small wipe spill, but it was like nothing. It was just get up and go. It was nothing at all. That's the only time ever that I've ever went down. But like, bro, just be disciplined. You just be disciplined and then work the right way and just come up slowly. Don't rush it. That's how everybody gets hurt, rushing it.
Yeah, when you rush it, and that's the thing too, when you take your time, like it's just balance, and like having like a good eye set on what you need to do, because especially too when you're carrying a passenger, or 2 or 3, like you mentioned, they can make one wrong move and encounter a weight shift for you that you weren't expecting, and then everything, you could hit the throttle and slip, or
Yeah, for sure. Bro, I've had 3 girls and then 1 girl on the front, and I'm like, yo, when you come up, make sure you don't raise your leg, because your leg is right next to the throttle. I go, so it's gonna throw us back. Bro, I must have had to press on my brake so hard to save us. Because when we went up, she just kicked the throttle, and I was like, oh, no.
Like
you could just hear
she was
engine.
throwing, did she throw her leg, over?
She just picks her legs up instead of keeping them down. So when she's sitting on top of the bike, if she leans back, her legs hit the throttle.
Oh.
But if she stays vertical, she's fine.
And she didn't do that.
No, she definitely didn't do that.
Oh, man. Wow. First and last time for everything with her, right?
Yeah. After that, I threw him off the bike and said, nah, we're not doing this.
Get off.
You need instruction and you can't follow.
Not going to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
Safety first.
Hey, man, but it's...
Calculated risk.
Calculated risk. Yeah, speaking of which, calculated risk, I got my boy Risk dropping an album called Calculated Risk on January 1st. Check that out. Start your new year off right. We're going to have him here on the show in the next couple weeks. We've got a lot of stuff coming into the new year here. I hope everyone's holiday season so far has been good. Merry Christmas to everybody. Just want to make sure we get that off, because we got 2 weeks? 2 weeks before Christmas, right? A little over. Yeah. About 2 weeks, so we're coming in pretty close on that. And so what we are going to do though, we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to just play some quick little jams for you. Going to kind of take a little intermission here for everybody, but we are going to make sure that it is coming at you correct, and we ain't got to worry about no FCC stuff. So yeah, just give us 1 second here. But how you doing though, Wes? How you feeling being out here? Just telling your story a little bit. Out here on the radio.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Life is fun.
Life is fun.
It's just, you just gotta be, it just be life sometimes. As long as you just don't take life personal and realize, bro, if there's people that live every day of their life by God or by a certain standard, and they still have bad stuff in that happens to them. Like, what makes the rest of us exempt?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? You want to have a lot. Shit, get ready for all the headaches.
Yeah,
you want to live a certain life. You want to live like a rock star. Believe you're gonna deal with rock star problems.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, that's how it goes. You want to be a rock star, bro? You're gonna deal with rock star issues: women, money, usually drugs, like
everything.
And even when you're stepping away and you're trying to just chill and just keep it pushing, and then separate the persona and this from work into a normal life too, you got to do it. And it's gonna follow you though. It's gonna haunt you. All these women, all that shit,
them
all
thoughts.
Bro, you think that motherfucker, all that partying and everything goes away when you decide, let me just change up real fast.
Nah, they ain't gonna let you change up. They're gonna stay in your head. They're gonna
all
mess with
the time, bro. I don't even know her though. Like,
you don't even know her like that.
I don't even know her like she just followed me. I swear, I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
If you live this life, you're gonna say that one time in your life.
I don't know her, but
I don't even know her. She just followed me, so I followed her back.
And then she hit me up.
And then she'd be like, "Yeah, I heard that before." I'm like, "Yeah."
But we are going to take our intermission here, though. We are going to play a quick track from Burner and O'Jeezy's new album, Trophies. We've got the first track called Bank Truck. We're going to take a little break here, everybody.